Hello everybody. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. Before we get back to full project life weeklies, this is kind of like, sorry for the interruption to your program, I guess. So these are some extra photos from week 18, which I filmed week 18 a very long time ago. I did it as part of a Nellie and Clem challenge. So if you've never checked out their site before, definitely head over there. She's got some amazing printable product that is just like completely too cute. But I did it for a challenge. And then after the documenting was over, these photos kind of surfaced, and they are family photos. So the ones on my right, I guess all of our rights, actually. So the ones on the right are actually of my, what is he technically? I don't know. I think he's a cousin, second cousin. We're not in the mood for a family tree moment. Basically, he is my aunt and uncle's son, youngest son. That's Tucker, and I have obviously known him since he was born. And it was absolutely mind-blowing because he had his first spring dance. I'm not crying, you're crying, it's fine. And they obviously live back in my hometown area, and I really do not get to see them as often as I've liked. I haven't been able to actually see them in quite a few years. So their mom is nice enough to keep me updated with lots of photos and knows that I document and always have. I actually have tons of photos of their first child because I babysat him a ton and scrapbooked and smashbooked back then. So long story short, I wanted to include these photos because it is a big moment in his life, and watching him get older, whilst absolutely terrifying and heartbreaking, is very heartwarming at the same time. So I wanted to include those. The photos on my left are my boyfriend's nephew, Owen. I have known him since, let's do some quick math here, 3. So I've known Owen since he was 3. I think that's right. Should be right. But watching him grow up has also been a delight. And it's very interesting because my boyfriend has known me for so long that he actually has seen my cousins grow up via photos and things like that. And back then, we could send videos and FaceTime and stuff like that. So he's kind of watched them grow up from years ago. So it's very interesting for us to have that dynamic now with Owen. And I love being able to document anything with Owen as he gets older and watch him grow, even though, again, equally heartbreaking and heartwarming, which I'm sure all of you lovely folks who have, younger siblings or family members or kids of your own, go through in stages as well. So the ones on the left, Owen is just he's definitely creative, just like his dad. And he's so just full of hilarious energy and so imaginative. And it's one of my favorite things about him and just being around him. Everything is just creator mode and so imaginative and creative. It's amazing. And obviously being creative myself, I gravitate towards him and spending time with him and working on things of that nature with him. So I'm very excited for holidays with him, hopefully. In the meantime, they happened to go to Renaissance Fair, and that was just super cute to pull those photos from. So those were just pulled from Instagram. They were in his mother's story, and I just held it down and pulled the photos. And then the photos of Tucker were from Facebook, and I just saved the photos to my roll. So just kind of throwing out there too that there's more than one way to get family members or other photos. I'm sure many of you do this by now, but it's kind of few and far between that I pull from social media or include other folks' stories that are in my circle, just because I do want to respect their privacy levels as well. But I was very happy to pull those and include them in my scrapbook this week, or for that week. So now let's get into product and I'll stop babbling about the dynamics. So as far as all of the cards go, of course, shocker, they're all printables from Studio Calico. They're all from that big birthday sale haul where all the printables were literally $1. And I couldn't turn it down and I stayed in my limit, but I bought a ton. As far as embellishments, so you got to see me very painstakingly stamp and cut out all of these little embellishments. And normally I do that off camera, kind of when I'm watching TV in the evening, or I just need kind of something mindless to do, but I pulled the stamps last night and figured I would just try to film that. I knew that this video would be a little bit smaller. And the reason that the arrangements are split down the middle is because you're going to see me put it in a Design H pocket page. I know I did one of those recently as well because of the way that that first album ended. The reason that this one is done like this, obviously, is because week 19 is kind of its own thing. And in a normal, like, Design A pocket page protector with help from a fuse tool, I'm sure. But I just wanted this to be like a quick insert, and I only had 2 photos really for each spread, so this worked out really well. As far as embellishments go, my stamped images are from all over the place. I've got some from Ali Edwards, some from Citrus Twist, some I stamped and cut out. Others, like the big things, I just stamped directly on there. And as far as embellishments like the little asterisks that I'm throwing down, those are ridiculously old from Studio Calico. Another one of those things I just try to dive into my stash and get out from time to time. I know a lot of people get hung up on, do you do photos first, product first, and how that runs. So the first thing I do is usually pick my photos, and every once in a while I'll get stumped, but for the most part, something will stand out, or I'll remember a particular print or a particular card that I've seen that I think will go well with it, and then everything just kind of stems from that. And then I get really excited anytime I can dive into older product because of the color choices I've made. And this was one of those opportunities. I felt like those asterisks could finally get some love, and I don't use them often, and they don't always match my scheme to do kind of my clusters that I like. Another thing that I got the chance to use are the puffy hearts from Jen Hatfield's last collection. I think I was smart enough to buy a couple sets, but I really would love some more because I love that softer puffy sticker because you can throw a staple in it if you need to add the texture, which I love. As far as enamel dots, I pulled them from everywhere. You're going to see that I go through kind of everything. I keep all of my enamel pieces like this together, not shoved, that sounded violent, into one of the shelves on my craft cube wall kind of thing, so that they're easy to grab, but they're all together, so I'm constantly able to go through them. I need to throw the asterisks in there because I forget about them all the time, and they're still in that category, but I digress. So as far as that goes, that kept kind of the sprinkling at a minimum, but I do love how all my little clusters turned out. That was really nice, and you'll see me play with that. That part usually takes me the longest, let's be honest. If you've been hanging out for a while, you know that I get overly OCD about the clusters. For a change of pace, though, no glitter stars in these spreads. I definitely could have made use of them. I have plenty of different colors to pull from, but I thought it was kind of nice to not have that glitter element. Obviously, it's not a boy thing because there's plenty of pink going all over the place. I'm even going to pop a pink word phrase sticker on that the filler card next to Owen and his Mona Lisa moment that says less hustle, more magic, that came from Citrus Twist. And then over on Tucker's side, I do pull some word phrase stickers. I make like a little cluster underneath that bench photo from a Citrus Twist pack, and I think a Snap word phrase pack that I have, like a big one that's going to take me ages to go through. Also, drop below where you like to get word phrase stickers from. Obviously, we get them in subscription kits most of the time, but there's not a lot of just like standalone sheets that you can buy. Citrus Twist has some if you're on the hunt. But I always just try to pick them up when I see them because they're few and far between on their own anymore, which is a little strange outside of like a kit. So very curious if anybody else knows of stuff out there. But yeah. And while we're on the topic of kits, what kits are you subscribing to for 2023, since we're kind of coming in on that? Other than that, I don't think that there's anything really to further discuss with these photos. So let's take a little bit of, if I think of anything, I'll let us know. But let's go ahead and talk about upcoming events, because I am super excited. If you have watched any of my recent videos, then you know I am just bouncing up and down about these live streams. So, and in case you're not, we're going to talk about it anyway. So in December, I'm going to be doing live streams every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that gives me time to get settled after work, eat a little something, get my product set up. I don't know that I'll need that much time, but on the off chance I do, I just want to set myself up for success. I know that they'll probably go about an hour. That's probable. And they might go a little bit over that. I can't give an exact time, but obviously with the fact that I'm going to be doing them on YouTube, they will be saved so you can rewatch them. Now, I am going to talk theme. So I have been working on this theme for a really long time and trying to think about when I wanted to execute it and when just all the stars would align. And I have decided that it is going to be Wine Wednesday themed. I am very excited. No, I am not a wine connoisseur. I know jack about the whole tasting side of it, and I'm okay with pairings, but I am not claiming to be like goddess on the mountaintop with that kind of thing. But I just want everybody to bring whatever beverage they want, wine, not wine, and just come hang out. There's going to be 2 planner videos and 2 paper crafting videos. I thought that was the fairest thing to do, is split it 50-50. And it's just going to go every other week, which again sounded really fair. There's going to be a process video and a flip video for each category. Again, I really strive for fairness across the board. If there's anything that you guys want to see or in a live stream sense, let me know. This will not be the end of this series unless something catastrophic occurs in the process, which I don't foresee happening. I would like to continue into January, but it may just be only 2, like 1 in each category, just so that I can maintain the normal schedule that I have. I don't want the live streams to get in the way of. I want them to be in addition to, so that you guys would still have normal uploads on Wednesdays and Sundays. I'm definitely striving to also have maybe a full every single Wednesday in February and March is my goal, because March is my birthday month. So I definitely want to hold it then. And then I would like to do kind of like Valentine's stash bash kind of theme going on in February, because if you've hung out for a while, then you know I have a shit ton of Valentine's love heart product and not a lot of photos. So it would be really fun to pick out spreads, maybe do like a Valentine's stash bash every Wednesday and do some planner spreads and do some paper crafting. So that's my goal. So we'll see how that comes to fruition. But every month will kind of be, anytime I'm doing live streams, I'm definitely going to try to theme them as best I can. So we're definitely kind of in year-end wrap-up. So here is the schedule as it stands. I will also endeavor to post it in the description. I'm going to post it over on Instagram. And just as a note, I'm not doing it on Instagram because I am more comfortable with this platform in terms of video saving and being, because not everybody can be there at that time. And I just wanted it to be more accessible and not just like in a story or in a reel or only there for 24 hours. I really wanted something a little bit more concrete since this was the first time we were doing it. Maybe at some point I can do more than just like a pop-up on Instagram. If I ever do an Instagram live, it really is just like a pop-up. I don't save it to a story. If you're there, you're there. Awesome. If not, it's okay too. It's just me hanging out and having a little bit of free time. So back to what I was saying before, quickly, before we get towards the wrap-up side of this. So the way that I have it now is that the first live stream on the 7th will be a flip-through of my Kokuyo Jibun Techo planner. So we're going to be doing the November flip. The next week, I'm going to be doing a flip through of the first Project Life album for 2022. I put that to a vote on Instagram, and it was a resounding yes to live stream that. So we'll have that. On the 21st, we're going to be doing January plan with me in real time. So that's going to be so fun. And then we'll do a process video the 28th. I have no idea what week it's going to be yet. But until then, happy crafting and creating your own wonderlands. And thank you so much for all of your support. And I look forward to seeing you guys all in live streams. Oh, I'm so excited. Thanks, everybody. And have a happy Thanksgiving. Or wait, Thanksgiving's already happened. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Okay, bye.